All right, what's been happening with teen pregnancy since 1993? Let's see who's going to be our chosen one. Leonardo, what's happened to pregnancy? Going down. It's decreased steadily. Decrease. With a little, it rose a little bit in 2006, 2007, but then it kept going. We got steady decreases. Rose a little bit in 2006, 2008. Otherwise, it's been going down. Okay? It's been going down. It used to be up around 61. 61 out of 1,000 teenagers had a baby. By 2003, it went to 13.6. 60 to 13.6. That's a pretty big decrease, isn't it? Do you think it's still going down? This ends in 20. Oh, that's 2023. Yeah. So that's going down. Let's look. This is a bit longer term here. When were the most babies being born? What year did it peak? Yeah. What year would that have been? Yeah, 57, 58. About 96 out of 1,000 teenagers, females, had a baby. Now it's down to 13. That's a pretty big decrease, wouldn't you say? Okay, so just steady decrease. Okay, so we're doing a good job. Oh, you'll see there was a pretty big jump in the late 80s and into 90. The reason most researchers believe this happened was because a shift in the way we taught sex education. Instead of teaching you how everything works, how to protect yourself, everything like that, a lot of politicians thought that was too much for kids your age. So guess what they want? Guess what a lot of places taught instead of actual sex education? What did they teach you to do instead? What do you think? Well, some people don't think you should learn about it. Now, why is that? What's driving that? What do they think? Why aren't they think it's what? Inappropriate. Oh, kids can't know that. So instead of teaching it to you, they would teach this thing called abstinence. You ever heard that word before? If I abstain from brushing my teeth, what am I doing? I'm not brushing my teeth. So they would just teach everybody, don't have sex, 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 don't have sex. And then they say, okay, we're done. They're not going to have sex because I told them not to. Well, did that work? No, it didn't. So not only does that not work, now you don't know about contraception, you don't know about STIs, you don't know that stuff. So they went back to teaching it regularly, and it continued to go down. There's a little bit of a rise, not as big in 2007, but we see that long decline, okay, which is good. Having a baby as a teenager, it's dangerous physically. Your body, you're still very young, and it can be physically, you're at higher risk for complication being, 15, 16, 17. Plus, is it going to have a bigger impact on your life than if you're in your 20s having a baby? Definitely, okay? So, we've definitely done better with that. Daniel, what are some red flags in a relationship? Okay, so they're never home. Okay, what kind of how could we word that? Not home. Well, if people, they're not spending time together, that could be a problem, right? So somebody who doesn't want to spend time with you, that'd be a red flag. We don't really need to see each other. Maybe next week. Okay? So not wanting to spend time, we'll say. Can the opposite of that be a problem too? What's the opposite of that? Yeah, too much time together, not letting you talk to other people. So maybe controlling would be a red flag. What else? Anybody else want to share? What's that? Dishonesty, lying. Lying to your partner, that's a red flag for sure. Anything else? Yeah, any kind of violence. Either real violence or threats of violence, okay? And just blatant disrespect. You can just tell they're disrespecting. And as we said earlier, on Tuesday, a sign that the relationship is good is people are having fun. So if there's no fun, if it makes you sad being with the person, that's a red flag too, right? God, I'm just not happy around them. When they come over, I get, ugh. They should make you feel happy, right? Oh, they're here. Let's hang out. Okay? I'll just put sad. Okay? All right. Number one goal. Can I have a couple people share their number one goal in life? Please? Please? Malik, what's your goal? Be successful. What does that mean to you? That's great. I'm really happy you want to be successful. What does that mean for you? Jeremy, successful for you right now? No, just put it away. Okay, we're not doing all that right now. I think that's a good idea. Don't get me wrong, but just not right now. Okay, Malik, what does success mean for you? Good job. What does that mean, a good job? You're thinking about money? Yeah. At least how much money do you need to get a good job? What's the yearly salary for a good job? 100 and what? 170? Okay, 170 a year. Huh? 170,000 a year? That's pretty good. You can definitely be happy. I think you can be happy with that. You can feel successful. I like that. Okay? That's kind of hard to do. So you got to really plan out for that. Okay? But that's good. So having a job, your goal is to have a job, make around 170 a year. Okay? I like that. That's good. Daniel, all right, I called on you. But you want to share? No? Okay. Ezekiel. What is success? What's something you want to do? Number one life goal. Or a life goal. What does that mean, though? Good money. What's good money? 170? 170? Okay, 170. All right. What else would be good about a job besides the money you get? You enjoy, yeah, something you like doing. Okay, what else comes with a job that you need? Perks. Like, ooh. And what do we call those perks? What's the formal term for the perks? Or examples? Benefits, right? What are the benefits you need? What's the main benefit you need? Health care. Yeah, it's health care. If you don't have health insurance, and that usually comes with your job in our country, life can be more difficult because health care is expensive. And if you end up, something happened to you and you don't have health insurance, it can really put you in a hole. So yeah, having a job with health insurance. But also I want you to think in dental and vision, all that stuff. But do you want to work until you're 90? No. So what do people usually do after a good long time? Retire. Who pays you when you retire? Do you guys understand how you... Well, the government will give you a small amount of money, but it's not enough to live on. It's good, but it won't fully support you. So how do you get the money for that? What do you have to do? You got to save, right? So you can save. But is that easy for most people to do? To save, you got to save a couple $1,000,000 to support yourself if you're going to live for, say, 20 years after you retire. It's a lot of money. What do you call that amount of money that you will get given to you that you pay into while you're working so you can retire and still get an income? Starts with a P. Pension, exactly. How many jobs have a pension? Union jobs do, okay? And they can be difficult to find. I would suggest getting some job where there's a pension. Usually that means a union. Are teachers in a union? Yes. Do I have a pension? Yes. And that's a good thing. I didn't think about that until after I became a teacher. What's that? Yeah. Money comes out of my paycheck and goes into that pension, and then it builds over time. So when I retire, I'll get a percent, like 80 or 90% of my salary, I'll get every month without working. As long as I work like 30 years, I'll get that money, which is a good thing. I don't have to worry as much about saving all that money myself. So that's something I would say a good job has. Not a job where you have to wonder, is my job going to be here next year? Or is somebody going to fire everybody? And that's a stressful thing, right? When you have a family to support and everything, worried about that.